Hi, good morning. It is Sunday morning, 10:17 a.m. This video is going to be a little bit different from my other videos that I've posted. Yesterday, my husband went to the ATM machine. He likes to pay all his purchases with cash. I use my debit card a lot, so I don't really handle cash unless he gives me money to do our grocery shopping. He'll give me some 20s. So I really don't go to the ATM to withdraw money. Very rarely I do that. Usually if I need cash, I'll just get it when I go like to Walmart or to the grocery store. I'll get cash back. And usually that's just to pay to get gas, because I don't know what it's like where you live, but here in California, in the county I live in, that there's two prices, a cash price and the credit card price. And if you pay with a credit card or debit card, you'll be charged 10 cents more each gallon. So I will prefer to pay cash, and I'll get the money on a cash back when I make a purchase, just so I can make a cash purchase for gasoline. So my husband comes home and he says, "Look at this money." He had a couple, like, I don't know, maybe like $200 in 20s, and like three of them were ripped almost all the way through. And I could not believe it, because usually you get really crisp, new $20 bills. And then he had some of these other ones. He already taped those other bills. I wish I would have done this earlier so I could show you, because I was really surprised that he got torn money in the ATM machine. But some of these 20s, I don't know if you could see it, but they're really worn crease, really sharp crease. And that's where his money was torn, along the crease. So let's see, this one's not too bad. Let's this one. Whoop. And there's one more. Let me see. Oh yeah, this one's got it feels really soft, and you can see the worn center there. You can see that crease. I mean, it's really sharp. Like, you know how like when you want to just rip a paper, if you don't have scissors, like you make that crease and then you tear? That's what it's like. So then he looked through all of his bills, and there was none. Well, they were all between 2004 and 2009. And he told me that the last two times he went to the ATM machine, he goes about once a week, once every 2 weeks, that he's been getting like these really old $20 bills. And it's kind of perplexing. And he said that he's never had one older than 2009. So that leads me to think that our government is not printing any new bills, or the banks are not releasing new bills. Maybe they're just using what they have in circulation. And why print new bills if a currency change is close at hand? When I'm talking about a currency change, is using what I believe will be electronic currency, using a debit card or some kind of, maybe a national ID card, where you'll be able to use that for all things, for your identification, to purchase groceries, gas, whatever you want to do, go out to eat. And it'll be a currency that is going to be used worldwide, because as we can see in the future, or just not in the future, as we can see, in the last 2 years, the Eurozone struggling, trying to keep Greece in the Eurozone, and Italy, and Spain too. And they've just been throwing them money, and it doesn't last them long, maybe for a month or two, and they want them to do all these austerity policies, and it's hurting the people. It's hurting people who are retired, that depend on the government to send them a pension, either in that they're having a reduced income check, or maybe their medications are reduced, or their health care benefits are reduced, and whatever else the government is using to help the people during their employment and economic crisis. They're kind of having the same problems that we are. And it's not going to be long before one of these countries are just going to collapse, where we might just turn on the TV and we're just going to see that the stock markets are crashing, the banks are not going to be letting people take out their deposits, maybe limit them to just a certain amount of money, but not all of what you have. I can see them automatically deducting all the accounts on hand according to the revaluation of the US dollar, which will probably be a devaluation, where your dollar might be only worth 30 cents. And then they're just going to calculate the loss, and then you're not going to get your whatever you have in the bank. It's going to be already, they're going to already slice off their cut, and then give you what it's at the current value worth, not what you have on your bank statement. So we really got to think about that this day is coming. It's going to be very soon. I don't know if you've noticed getting money out of your ATM machines at your bank or wherever you go, if the money is worn, but I would just look at it and see the date that it was printed. Because I really think that it's strange that it's the most recent printing of $20 bills is 2009. And I asked my husband, how long has he noticed this? And he said for about 2 months that he's been getting, older money. And that today he was really surprised. He had like about 4 bills that were torn. And I really didn't think they would keep torn money in circulation. Usually the banks will just kind of, I don't know, they send them back to the U.S. Treasury and get another $20 bill. I don't know how that works. So the other thing I want to talk about was also yesterday morning, when he came home from the bank and showed me the money. He told me about this dream he had that morning.